So we have another issue here. The fact that yet another Trump supporter, mind you, their life has been taken. You really don't hear this about any liberals, do you? The only people killing liberals are other liberals. And, like, in those crappy ass fucking liberal cities, Portland, Seattle, Chicago, New York, those places. And it's usually, so if it's someone who's black, they're normally killed by someone else who's black. And here we have a story of a 60-year-old black man who supported the president, and he is now dead because of it. Now you can say, how do you know that? Well, we know how intolerant people are. So, we'll just read, make up your own mind, but we all know the truth here. Alright, so, Dan O'Donnell, Mr. O'Donnell right there, Mr. O'Donnell, prominent black Trump supporter murdered in Milwaukee. A black Trump supporter who is well known in his community for standing on street corners with Vote Trump signs as well as signs plastered with Bible verses was killed in broad daylight in Milwaukee's River West neighborhood Thursday afternoon. Burnell Tremmel, 60, was shot in front of his business, Expression Publications, at 911 East Wright. The building is covered with handmade signs, the most prominent of which read, Vote Donald Trump 2020 and Re-elect Trump 2020. Law enforcement sources tell the Dan O'Donnell Show that it is impossible to know the motive for the shooting since the suspect is not yet in custody, but detectives are investigating that possibility that Tremmel was killed over his political beliefs. He has spent the past few days advocating for Trump's re-election in his neighborhood and in front of Town Hall in downtown Milwaukee, and engaged people who would react to his message. I had an interaction with him last Saturday across the street from Walmart on Capitol Drive, said one woman who did not wish to be identified. It was the second time I had seen him with his Trump sign, and I pulled over my car to chat with him. What a nice, friendly man. We chatted for several minutes, and I told him I was proud of him, and he was very brave to put himself out there so visibly as a Trump supporter. So we see him, he's got Vote Donald Trump 2020 black community voice. The guy's not doing anything wrong. He's just, he's not going around burning things or anything. He's silently and peacefully showing his support for the political candidate who he believes in. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just as for, people who supported Bernie Sanders or those weird people who support Joe Biden right now. If you want to support the candidate of your choosing, that's fine. That's why America is great. But having the audacity, having the hatred, having such pettiness that you want to kill someone possibly because of their political affiliation, well, now, as you read, or I read, rather, that they said that they believe that he was killed because of his political beliefs. I believe it. We've seen, just in past weeks, how many more white people are being assaulted by blacks. They're not even doing, most of the time, the whites aren't even doing anything. They're just standing there, and these blacks are fucking swarming on them, beating them down. People supporting Trump, nope, they get beaten down. So yeah, I believe this. I believe it is totally 100% politically motivated. And if they drove by and drove off, it was a fucking black person. When they find out who did this, it's going to be a black guy. Well, law enforcement tells the Dan O'Donnell Show that the suspect rode up on Tremmel as he sat in front of his business, shot him, then rode away. Like a drive-by. And who are known for drive-bys? Gang members. What do gangs consist of? Black people. The suspect is still on the loose. Anyone with information on the shooting is urged to contact Milwaukee Police Department. You know the best part about this? because standing in front of a business, AutoZone, I'm sure they have cameras everywhere around him. Most streets, their lights have hammers on top of them, or they're mounted somewhere. Just accident-wise, in case accidents, they can who's who and kind of evidence from that. But they're cameras, and I'm pretty sure within a day or so they're gonna find out the fucking coward who did it. And a lot of people in jail also, despite the fact that they're there for killing people, they also, a lot of them, have a thing against people who cause harm to elderly folks. That's like two big things in there, children and elderly, because both, children can't defend themselves, and for the most part, most elderly can't defend themselves either. So I hope wherever the scumbag is, when he is convicted and goes to jail, I hope he makes some nice new friends that really show him what it's like to be that person, the one who can't defend themselves. I hope they have to experience what these people have had to experience by their hand, sure, numerous times, because I guarantee you, the guy who shot him, it's not his first offense. I hope the people in jail, the boys, let this scumbag know exactly how it feels to be like this man, unprotected, unable to fight back. And I hope he experiences it every fucking day. But that's just my opinion. That's how I feel. This was someone's grandfather, someone's father, possibly brother. And he was shot down possibly because of his political affiliation. Yo, Black Lives Matter. We have a black man who was shot and killed. Where are you at? Oh, that's right. Doesn't fit in with your narrative of black people being oppressed, because he was most likely shot by another black person. And not to mention, he's a Trump supporter, so no hope for him for you guys, right? I guess not all Black Lives Matter, do they? Huh. Funny how that works. Let's read some comments, shall we? Kind of break the tension. Yep, that's exactly what I said. Cowards. Horrible. This is so sad. So intolerant of the left. They say conservatives are not tolerant, but we don't do stuff like this. Yeah. When was the last time you heard of a conservative conservative going around killing people? I'm like, it was a while ago, but then that guy went to a Republican baseball game and tried to shoot up people there. Just horrible that individual positions won't be tolerated by the left. Hope a camera picked up a license or face. I spoke to him a few times. Very fascinating man. I asked everyone to pray. This is heartbreaking. Where are the protesters for this great man? Conservative lives don't matter, so the ever so tolerant left. Be looking for a black man. That should narrow it down. Where are the funerals and mainstream media's outpouring of grief for Mr. Tremmel? So much for Black Lives Matter. Exactly. Welcome to the future of the left. I mean, we've gotten to the point where you can't even support your political candidate and party of choice peacefully anymore, because the left wants to fucking utterly ruin everything. They have become way too fucking violent, and I want to hear this shit that conservatives are doing it, because they're not. You might have, it's like for every one conservative that's stupid enough to do this, you have 5 fucking people on the left who are doing this. So no, this is not something that the fucking conservatives normally do. This is constantly people on the left thing. And the faster people will realize that, the faster it can be dealt with. How? But it comes down to policies and politicians, and I mean, look at Portland. Portland's still fucking burning. what is this? Week. What is it? Week 7. So yeah. Bernard Trumbull, age 60, dead. Most likely because of his political affiliation. Let that sink in. That's the tolerant left for you. Black Lives Matter, you're not going to hear a peep out of them because this man, this life, he didn't matter because he didn't fit their narrative. And even if he did, he's a fucking Trump supporter. So, first, it didn't fit the narrative because it's most likely another black guy who shot him. So that goes against the whole thing that black people are fucking being oppressed. Second, he's a Trump supporter. So they would never fucking mourn his death anyway. They would... This is the worst fucking part because he was going to be called names like, you know, he's a fucking coon, he's a fucking Uncle Tom, and all these fucking horrible names for basically traitors of the black skin color. I mean, if you dare to have any thoughts of your own or dare to follow anyone who your people aren't following, you're looked at as a traitor. And, like, good riddance. How fucking pathetic is that? So this guy, he's not going to be mourned by the blacks. He's not going to be missed by the left. For the few people who had the privilege of knowing him, of course they're going to miss him. But the left, you're not going to hear anything about it. Because the left is not the party of love and tolerance. They are intolerant racists who try... You know, it's like that saying that the harder you try to not appear to be something just proves how more of that thing you are. Well, they go out of their way to, oh, we're not racist. Look, we support the blacks. See, we love and support the blacks so much that we believe that they should have their own separate things. So we believe the blacks should have their own movie theaters and places like that where the blacks can go to hang out. Yeah, that's segregation, dumbass. And imagine the people who are fighting for like slavery to keep it and for segregation were Democrats. So goes back to the whole the harder you try to make it seem like you're not something, it just shows you are. So the left, the Democrats, liberals, they are not the side of love and peace and tolerance and acceptance. They are hateful, bitter, miserable fucking people, and it's their job right now. They are trying to make everyone as miserable as they are. These are the people who wake up every day wanting to be offended about everything. These are the people who wake up, who see a black man like this voting for Trump, who become so infuriated by that they take it upon themselves to murder a person because of their political beliefs. You want to know who's oppressing the blacks, you fucking scumbags? You lefties are oppressing the fucking blacks by doing this shit. Black man, now dead because you wanted to go push your stupid personal fucking agenda against him. Oh, he's not voting the way we are. Let's just kill him. Yeah, real loving and tolerant of you. Yeah. You are holding yourselves back, and it's fucking dirt heads like you taking guys out. You are the ones oppressing your own fucking people, you fucking cockstains. You are worthless, stupid fucking individuals, and I hope every single one of you ass clowns gets what you deserve. Because if you believe in karma, you know, you all say, oh, I go to church every Sunday. Well, then you know about karma. You took out a guy who was doing nothing wrong apart from not even voicing. He was standing there with a sign. It's not like he was singing praise out loud for President Trump. He wasn't trying to convert people into voting for Trump. No, he was doing his own thing, and now his life snuffed out by the side of love and tolerance. Let that sink in. And as I say in all my other videos so far, if this is okay with you, if what you hear doesn't enrage you, if what you hear doesn't make you sick or make you feel any kind of negative emotion, you are part of the problem. Because if you think this is okay, You have a lot of things that you need to work out in your life, and you need to stop all that self-loathing that you're going through. But hey, what do I know? I just revel in white privilege. That's it for me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.